My name is Jesse Weiland. I'm traveling the country, going from school to discover what college life across America is really all about. This is what I found. Sitting on a windy hill in upstate New York, there's a small private school nationally known for its basketball, partying, and prestigious communication school. With about 15,000 undergraduates, this is the home of the Syracuse Orange.
What is your favorite part about Syracuse?
Honestly, the atmosphere, the sporting events, everything's just great. It's a great feel to the university.
I think it's a collectively a great campus. I mean, you don't find something like this anywhere else. It's a combination of city and suburban, and it's just big enough where you can walk around campus and not feel like you know everyone, but you'll pass people occasionally. So I think the size is just about right.
I love that it's campus feel and you have a good balance of party and academics. So I feel like I'm getting best of both worlds.
CUSE is home to the renowned Newhouse School of Communications. This is one of the most esteemed communication schools in the country, with a distinguished radio program and notable sports media center. Countless broadcasters have graduated from here, including most famously, Dick Clark.
If you talk about it in the industry, people know the Newhouse name. It just is a big deal. It's like, if you were looking at in business, you'd think of Wharton for business. You think of Newhouse when you think of communications.
This is one of the best communication schools in the country. Guys like Mike Tirico, Sean McDonough, they've been here and worked at the same student radio station that I'm working at right now when they were at Syracuse. So that's pretty cool.
So you have Bob Costas, you got Mike Tirico, you got Dick Clark, Steve Croft. I mean, people in all different areas. You have people within the magazine industry, you have people in written journalism. So the network of alumni is incredible.
Syracuse winters can be ruthless, with snow falling by the ton, and they're no stranger to winning the Golden Snowball Award, which is given to the city with most snowfall for the winter in upstate New York, beating out snowy rivals like Buffalo, Rochester, and Albany.
Don't get me started on the weather. The weather is probably the worst part about Syracuse.
Okay.
It's always freaking cold here. This is a rare occasion.
Okay, how bad does the winter get?
Oh, terrible.
This winter was terrible.
It's kind of funny how cold it gets. It's painfully cold sometimes.
I think a lot of people try and rationalize to themselves and be like, yeah, it's part of the mystique, it's part of the fun, but that's just keeps you warm at night. It's not no one actually enjoys it. It's just to convince yourself that you're having fun.
Everything you need from bars to barbershops can be found down on Marshall Street, the central hub of Syracuse.
What's your favorite food spots on campus?
Probably sliders.
Sliders for a late night.
Sliders, always. French fries are a must at Sliders.
Varsity for pizza, wings, wraps, that's all good.
I'd say it's Varsity. It's it's down on Marshall Street. It's a little dirty, but it's you pay extra for the dirtiness, I guess.
Okay.
And it's got all the Syracuse stuff on the wall.
This school might be small, but you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at their athletic programs and fan base. Jim Boeheim has been the head coach of Syracuse since the mid-'70s and won one national championship, with no other than Carmelo Anthony.
Syracuse basketball, there's nothing like it. 2 years ago, we went to the Final Four, and campus was shut down basically because it was a giant celebration. And
People will camp out days ahead of time.
Really?
Almost upwards of a week.
Syracuse basketball, probably one of the top, programs in the nation. So getting all the students together, just the electricity in the stadium, in the dome is just incredible.
I think my favorite part about Syracuse would be the basketball games. You get to go, there's a sense of community. You have all these people get together, you get to cheer for the Syracuse basketball team, and they're really good.
What I think is funny is you look at, the season ticket holders for Syracuse basketball, and it goes from kids who are international students to the hipstery of the hipsters to the frat stars. It's everyone is into Syracuse basketball. It doesn't matter who you are.
Give me the stereotypical Syracuse student.
Not us.
You're either,
Not you guys.
You're either an athlete or a Jap.
I'm from Virginia, so coming here I did not know what a Jap was. It's a Jewish American princess.
Lots of black.
Ugg boots, Canada Goose jacket, and Starbucks.
And then just for a guy, maybe just a very preppy student.
In the springtime, you definitely have all the guys that wear more preppy-ish clothes and their pastel shorts.
A lot of boat shoes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Stereotypical Syracuse student, it would be in Greek life for sure.
frat parties, sorority girls.
I like the way Greek life is set up here. I like how you can be in Greek life but also have friends outside of Greek life.
All my friends are in the community. So like we do hang out, like we have parties like every weekend, like we go to pre-bars, we have like everything.
What's a stereotypical girl at Syracuse like?
Like wearing some sorority letters.
Yeah, sorority.
Yeah.
Greek life is big here.
Yeah. Greek life is very big.
Okay.
Clearly, the weather doesn't hold the students back from having a good time here, though, as Syracuse has built itself quite the reputation for being one of the biggest party schools in the country.
So is this a big party school, would you say?
Absolutely.
Is it kind of crazy time?
Insane.
Insane?
It's the best.
A lot of the big parties are Greek parties.
There's a ton of house parties. Then there's a senior bar, which is Chuck's. That's always fun. You can run into like all your exes there. I like doing that.
Most popular bars, Chuck's.
Fagan's is definitely a fun place to kind of get a relaxed beer.
So there's this bar called The Orange, but no one calls it that. It's called Lucy's. You're not a Syracuse student if you don't call it Lucy's.
Freshmen go to DJs.
As a freshman, I'd have to say DJs. Gotta represent.
I will always be a DJ's girl at heart. I love that place.
Now it's Chuck's.
Yeah.
I love Harry's. I've got like a little spot in my heart for
I'm
Harry's.
a Lucy's girl.
I just love dancing, but that's, yeah. But they're all good.
The most notable party of the year, though, is when Syracuse celebrates its annual music festival, Mayfest.
Just making sure you're like hanging out and frankly drinking and enjoying the nice weather in Syracuse for the 2 weeks that it actually is.
Everybody just puts everything aside and everyone is one party, just one big party.
Best day of the year here?
Best day of the year, yeah.
While Cuse has all the basic features one would expect from a small private school tucked away in the snowy Northeast, its strength lies in offering what most other similar schools won't. From sports to academics, Syracuse prides itself on being a powerhouse school, and you can feel it when walking around the campus. The weather is harsh, the love for the orange is intense, and the party scene can get wild. If you're looking for a well-balanced, small private school with the soul of a big state school, and you're tough enough to handle these winters, then Syracuse is the place for you.
When I'm riding high, feeling fine, you know there's something troubling you.
343!
And Georgetown still sucks!
As most already know, Michigan State is home to some of the most prestigious sports programs in the country. Magic Johnson began his legacy here,